guys, welcome back. This is going to be part 2 of our Uninet iColor 560 white toner printer unboxing and setup. We've already done the unboxing video, so now this is the first plug-in and setup. If you follow with your instructions that came along with your iColor 560, the first instruction is to remove the packing materials and the components, which if you watched my first video, you saw me do, down to getting the software out and removing all the tape from the product. So I had removed the tape from the inside, which we did, and pull the stuff out from the cartridges, which I did. So without any further ado, anyways, we're going to get into that. So as always, you guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't already and you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And if you're not already a subscriber to our channel, we'd much appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel and hit the notifications bell to be notified anytime we release a new video. As always, we welcome your comments, questions, encouragement, praise, support, shit talking if you want to talk crap about us, whatever. We encourage that in the comments section. I always try and respond as quick as possible and interact with you guys as much as I can. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. So I've already set up all the toners. We've got that set. So we're going to close this sucker down, and we're going to go ahead and get our power cord plugged into it and get our USB cord hooked up as well. Now I'm plugging this guy in. Oh, it fired up right away, so I didn't know it was going to turn on as soon as I plugged it in. You can see right here, as soon as I plugged it in, guys, we've got power on the machine. It's doing something there. So I probably just covered up the camera. Can't see, but I think it's looking for the out of paper ready, looking for the IP address. So that's fired up. I haven't done nothing on the computer, but that's how quick that sucker fired up as soon as I plugged it in. So the printer cord's going to plug right down into here. And then you just leave the cord sticking through the little slot here. So bam. Snug as a bug in a rug, and slide it back into place. I gotta get all my sheets you can see on the side here. You can't see, but I have a bunch of cutting mats down here. They all fell behind that, so before I put it back, I gotta move those back. Alright guys, that was kind of a mess. I'm trying to get these videos in, and we're just going to do them on the fly like this, so I apologize if it's not completely set up. We'll do a lot of print and cut. I see my camera's a little sideways too, so if I turn my head like this, maybe that'll help us look straight. But doing the best we can. We're going to move to the computer to do the next part of this, which is installing. It says 3, these coincide with print cues. I didn't need to know that because I'm not doing it yet. Please disable, uninstall any virus software before installation of Uninet ProRip. And we're going to go ahead and install Uninet ProRip. So we're going to get into that right now. So we're going to switch over to the computer. I'm going to shut this feed off and meet you on the computer. Alright guys, we're back to the computer now. So we're going to go with the next step that the Uninet direction card tells us, which is to go ahead and disable our antivirus software. So we're going to go in and we're going to I don't think the setup should take too long, so I'm just going to disable it for 1 hour and come back in and re-enable it when I'm done, or if I forget, then I can come back in and do it after. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick in my dongle
You can hear it fire up. We're going to scan it for threats, which I'm sure it's fine. Now we're going to check our messages, which is probably okay, telling us they're all off, which is fine. We know that. So we're going to go ahead and choose your language and follow the install steps, and the install steps didn't come out automatically. So mistakenly, I didn't realize as I was talking, I have the dual monitor, so I'm only recording the main monitor though. So when you put in the dongle, it comes up to this, and so we're gonna have to go ahead and do the ProRip software first. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna go to ProRip version 2, and we're just gonna hit application, I guess, and see if this will install it. Alright guys, we're back. So I had to just figure out the printer setup to make sure my printer was in the right queue, and all that kind of stuff. So basically, if you have any problems once you set your printer up, or if you ever have to change the queue, what I did is I unplugged the USB, trying to plug it in, get my printer through Wi-Fi as well, which I think if you were doing it Wi-Fi, you would come here and it would search for it. I did set my printer up on the printer itself on the control panel to my Wi-Fi, but I don't think it's connecting on my computer, probably because, actually, let me see here, I bet you I can change. But if you ever have a problem with any of your queues, this is where you come and switch it. Also, if you want to install, where let's say you are working in a program, Photoshop, and you want to send a specific design to the printer, if you installed the different printer profiles here, this is the overprint profile, which would be for shirts, underprint, which would be for your hard substrates, CMYK would be if you're printing on brochures, posters, stuff like that. So you could install a profile where you could send a print from a program to a queue, like you were sending it to the printer, but then it would come directly into one of these queues right here. And this apparently isn't working right now, so we're just going to stick with the printer port here, which is not even that one, is this one. So we're going to stick with that for now, close. I just wanted you guys to see this is the queue manager. This is where you come in to change things, or if you had to mess with it, this is where you do it, and this is where you install profile. For now, I installed the overprint profile because I seem for immediate use, I'll probably be using this for t-shirts in the next few days. So if I want to send a print directly into this queue here, that's what that's for, and that is the overprint queue. Now we're going to do a quick print right now, so you're going to come in and you're going to come into the queue. So for my first test print, I'm going to do a garment test print. So you're going to be in your overprint queue. It tells you here overprint is typically used, which I'm not going to move my mouse, typically used to make heat transfers for garment decoration hard surfaces where white applied over the color. The resulting transfer is printed in mirror fashion and applied with a heat press. So the queue is going to be my paper size. This is the paper I ordered. I ordered the longer paper. I figured why not get 3 extra inches, because the other paper, the letter size, is not actually letter size. It's 8.27 inches by 11.69. So I said, let's just go with the extra couple inches here. So it's telling me I'm going to use the bypass tray. I know in the bypass tray I'm going to put my media face down, which I'll show you when we go back to the video. It shows you in that. It tells you exactly what settings and what to use. Now that's the queue. The page is if I have a design in, which I don't yet. So let's go ahead and hit the plus button and load a design. I think for this purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to use one of their digital art samples, and I'm going to use, I think, this one right here, which I thought was kind of neat, and I want to see the different colors and to use the Knock Me Out black, because I think I want to print this to try and put on one of my black test shirts. So it's loading my image now. based on my media size, you can see it's loaded in too large. I'm backing out with my mouse, which is how that zoomed out. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to drag this into size up the image. Boom. Now we're going to zoom back in more. So this sized it up to fit a little better on my media. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, I think. Alright, so that made it almost full size. Now you can see that's not quite taking my full page. So what do I want to do here? I do know that I think I want to try the knock me out black. So I think with the selected page, that's the right page. Job is about my specific job. Let's see if I remember how to do this thing. That's going to be a tool, a device, job, production plugin, knock me black out. We're going to click that. And you see it's going to take our image here. It's going to knock all the black out. Now to me it looks like it knocked a lot more than just the black out, but I guess there was a lot of black in we the people. There's a lot of black mixed in with this, so let's do that and see how that does. I'm just going to hit OK. I'm assuming it's automatically, oh, there we go. It's flipping and applying to that. I'm hoping it doesn't print. I don't think it's gonna. That's just a file name, the PNG, because it doesn't show it in the preview. So now I'm using one of my big sheets, so I don't want to waste a sheet. So I'm going to, I don't know if I want to double this image. I don't think I do. So I'm going to load a different image in, but before I load it in, I'm going to figure out which one I want to load in. So I'm going to hit here. I'm going to load A0606. I'm going to open that. That's opening that down here on a different page. I'm using this program, so I am not very good. So I'm going to try and rotate this now 90 degrees. Bam. That's how I want it there. Alright guys, so my thing paused or stopped, so I had to restart it, but I went ahead and I think I'm making these images smaller right here instead of being like the full squares. And then I'm going to try and again see if this will work. And it did. See, so now it put my images together. So now that I've done that, I can come back on here. I've got the two images on the same page. I can take this one and do that to set it how big I want it. Move it here, and then I can take this one, which I've already set sideways. Set that as big as I want it, which is probably about that right there. Actually, I think that's good. And I'm pretty sure that's it. So I've got two images on one page. I don't feel like I'm wasting page there. Let me go back up. I don't know why I scrolled way down, but yep, that's two images on one page. So that job should be it. So now I'm finished. Just have to figure out how to print this thing. Page, did that. Job. Alright, we're all ready now. I don't know how to print once we're actually ready. There should be a print icon in the menu bar. Where's print? Print job. So this is how I print right here. I think I have to get the paper ready, so I am going to stop this recording from here, and I think go back to the iPad. Alright guys, so I've just stopped the recording on the computer. Haven't hit the print button yet. I don't know if I was going to hit print yet. I do know it said, I think, to use the bypass feeder tray, you had to make sure it wasn't in power saver, and when this is on and not being used, it's in power saver. Like right now, it just says power saver mode, or energy saver mode. I'm hitting the button now to warm it up. I'm going to pull out my media. I have never done this once again, so I don't know. This is the step A, so this is the first side that I need. So I'm going to pull this out. My printer's ready. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to take out one of these sheets. Now I know from watching videos that the foggy side is not the print side. Man, that goes to energy saver mode quick. So I'm going to load that down. See, this is supposed to grab. I don't know how much I'm supposed to feed it. Oh, it grabbed it right there. Alright, so I think that's on. I'm going to hit the print button if you guys can see. That was this little button right here. I want to close this for the moment. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and print. See what happens. The button's hit. This is still on. Paper's there. Fingers are crossed, guys, that this works. It's the first time. It's firing up. It's processing. Let's see if I can record it with my iPhone too right now. Video. My iPhone's loading up. It's blurry for some reason. There we go. So you can see here, processing. Paper's still there. The printer's loading the design here. I guess it says printing. So I guess it's sending the design from here through the software to the printer maybe. I've heard it's really fast once it prints. As you can see, it hasn't even loaded anything yet, so it's not printing anything yet. So we'll see how long the print process goes. Thinking it's almost ready. It says complete. It says processing. It's now making noise. Color registration, it says on here. Printing. Still hasn't drawn any media yet. Oh, there it goes, it's drawn in the media. Oh, look how quick that print was. Holy crap. That was like super instant. I'm freaking amazed. Look at how quick that came out. Holy mackerel. That was pretty wild. For my first time seeing that actually happen in person, that kind of blew me away. And look at that, man. No weeding. Imagine trying to do this on vinyl. Now, I haven't pressed this yet, but I mean, just look at those colors already. Okay? That's obviously colors. You don't see a lot of colors in here, but look at that. Now, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to cut these two. It says, oh, I'm going to marry them and get everything else ready. So, iPhone's off. this camera again. Here is the gray side. Here's the other side. Now we're gonna go ahead and get ready for the next step, which is gonna be marrying the sheets, and I'm gonna get the heat press fired up and go through all of that stuff. So I'm gonna put this down while I get my B sheet ready and just turn on the heat press and plug it in and get going. So that's the A media I was using in the video, which is this. And then in here's my B media, which the sheets look like this. So it's this on one side and then got an adhesive on the other side. These are gonna go together on the heat press once that heats up to 310. And then I'll show you what else is gonna happen. Okay guys, so I got my heat press heated up to about 310 degrees. I've got the pressure set for medium pressure. On my SurePress Heat Press Nation Press, it's about 53 is medium pressure. But if you want to check your pressure, take a piece of copy paper, put it about halfway in your press it down, and you should be able to try and pull the paper like this. When you're pressing down, you shouldn't have to put too much pressure. As you can see, I'm barely pressing. And I can try and pull the paper and it doesn't come out at all. See how my table here is rocking? So I know that's firm pressure, medium firm pressure. If it was a little bit lighter, say 43, my paper would start to slide out, see? So that's a way if you don't have, I know 53 is medium for me, so that's what I keep it at. Probably 50 would be fine, as you can see if I went 50 here. I think for sublimation on standard, I have it at 53 for whatever reason, but that doesn't budge. So that's setting your paper, that's setting your press pressure. So once you have your press heated up to the 310, and I usually I'm gonna do that. I usually go up a little bit higher. So I'm gonna go about 315 because presses tend to vary. Mine tends to be good, but once your press is up to temperature on the top platen, you want to close your press down on the lower platen and heat this up for about 5 minutes. All right guys, the heat press just went off. I let it heat up for actually about 6 or 7 minutes. I want to make sure the bottom platen was very, very hot since this is my first peel. Hopefully the 6 or 7 minutes at 310 or 315 that I let it heat up after the heat press heating up to 300 degrees is good. I probably, in hindsight, should have had it closed when I was heating up the heat press too and just let it heat it up all together. I didn't, so I let it go a little bit longer. Now it's going even more. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring the A sheet over, which is the sheet that has the printed image. Obviously I'm gonna lay the printed image up. I'm gonna bring my transfer sheet over, which is the sticky side, the B sheet. I'm gonna lay that over the top with the corner folded up. So when this is done at the 2 minute mark, I have a good spot to grab to peel, because when this finishes in between this next press after the marrying process, as soon as you pop that heat press open, it's really important to get a good grab and get a good pull, smooth, tight, at an angle, straight without stopping. Stopping could cause problems with your ink or with the transfer or whatever. So you just want to have a nice, smooth, easy peel pull. That's why you want the bottom hot, and when you're peeling it, you want the bottom image to stay flat, because that will keep the ink from pressing, and you want the B sheet coming off because that's going to crinkle up as you're peeling it. It's going to curl up, and you don't want your image to curl. So anyways, here we go. We're going to open this, and I'm going to load up the image and get this going quick. So I'm gonna try and move quick and line this up. So I'm gonna try and stay out of the way, but if I'm in the way, I apologize. Here we go. That bottom platen is hot. I will tell you that. Step over here. Line these up as best as I can. Pretty good there. I'm gonna grab me some parchment paper, lay it over it, and that corner came up. I want that corner to stay stay folded. All right, I think that's good. I'm gonna lay that flat on there. And I guess go for my 2 minutes. Let's see. Boop. All right, guys, at 2 minutes, I'm gonna come back. I'm actually gonna leave the film rolling. So we'll fast motion this as soon as I'm done talking, but I'm gonna come in here quick. You have to have a rag with you, so I'm gonna find my rag, which I grabbed. Once I pop this open, I'm going to wipe the shirt down real quick for about 5 seconds with this. Wipe the image down for about 5 seconds with this. You want a cotton cloth or a cotton garment, it could be a shirt or anything. Wipe the top down, grab the corner, keep it laying flat on the press, and peel at an angle and fast. So you'll see when it comes in, I move quick and keeping my fingers crossed. This is my first ever print and pull and press and marrying of everything with the white toner printer. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video, and let's see what happens in about 60 seconds or so. Let's see what happens here, guys. All right. Take it off. Okay, let's see. Wow, not as bad as it seemed. I think I got my transfer all off. This B paper looks clean. And my transfer, we have to take this off, I think, and let it cool. But that looks good, guys. The ink looks good, the transfer looks good. Now you can see, they say once you're done, you're gonna trim the edges away. And you can see where a little bit of the film, which is the sticky adhesive, lined on here. So you want to trim the edges away so you had no adhesive coming out on your garment. I'm going to cut these in half, and I don't remember exactly. I'm going to check the instructions to see if I have to let it cool more before I press it, but we're going to do a press here shortly too. So one thing I want to show you guys, one thing that's important with this, as I was saying earlier, that these are very close to, you can get these very close to a screen printing or a direct to film or direct to garment feel. Now I'm probably going to get a lot of bad feedback on this because this is my first time ever using these, so I don't even know how the feel is going to be. But based on all the videos I've seen, you can get that by doing what they call rastering. And if you look close at this print, at the top and the bottom one, you can see where all the little holes are in the image. And that's just to help the material, like the t-shirt, to come through and give it more breathability. So you'll see once I put this on the shirt what I'm talking about and how it feels. And if you guys have done images in the past, if you've used like the Nina papers or the Therapy papers, any of the printable vinyl papers, and I'm not sure what this is because I got this from This New. I think this is DTF or maybe even white toner, but this is, if you hear it, it's a plasticky and almost like a papery feel and sound, and the same on this back image. Now in this hoodie, it feels great. It doesn't bother me, it's great. I've washed this a bunch of times. You can see it holds up nice. As long as you follow the washing instructions, you can get plasticky feel like this by not having any raster or knocking colors out. But you can also get great feel by knocking the black out, and you'll see once this is put on there how the black of this image would still come through, or even from this image, to make it look as it did on the graphic screen. So anyways, let's this is already cooled and ready, so I think this is, I'm going to trim it and we're going to get ready to press it, guys. So let me grab my scissors here. I think I have to turn the heat press down. I don't remember. It might have to stay at this temperature. So I'm going to double check that real quick, readjust the camera, and be right back. Okay guys, so I just checked on the instructions, and so for pressing these, it can be anywhere 265 to 310 depending on your garment. So if I was pressing this on the polyester,
This could go as low as 265 and all the way up to 310 for cotton. It says in the instructions, the lower the temperature, the closer to 265, the better chance it has to retain its vibrancy. So obviously if you can press closer to 265, that would be great. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and press it at 310 to get it into my cotton shirt. And then for the post press, because you have to do a post press after, they recommend to use a craft paper or a finishing paper. I bought some Finishing Forever papers, a matte and a dull paper. And I also bought a T-seal sheet, which everything I've seen online, they say it's people that use a T-seal sheet say that that really is a must, because that really helps to press the image into your sheet better, into the shirt better, and make it feel more like it's impressed into the grain and stick longer and give it a softer feel and better wash and durability. Now guys, with these white toner printers and just this standard paper, and there's different papers, this is just the regular standard. There's a select paper, which is a little better, and a premium paper, which is a lot better. Obviously, the better the paper, the more cost, and none of this is really that cheap. I'm gonna have links and prices and everything in the links below, in the description below, so check it out there. But you know, this is not cheap, but it is low cost. It is cheaper than buying a direct to garment printer or a direct to film printer, especially if you're buying a really top-notch one. There are a lot of conversion kits and stuff like that out there. So I'm not saying it's not possible, guys. I'm not saying that this is better, by no means. I'm just saying this is one, I haven't barely even used this stuff yet, so I can't even really speak on behalf, but everything I've researched into it, this is one good alternative. For my business, I don't just do shirts, I do a lot of other stuff. So, and I'm looking to get, as I leave, I'm looking to get more into doing more business oriented and stuff for businesses as opposed to just small shirts and one-off stuff. So I'm gonna have a lot of use for something like this. You may or may not, but that's why I do these videos, to give you an idea of what this is, what it does. As you can see, I don't have, you guys have watched any of my videos, I do sublimation, I do vinyl, and I do like printable vinyl, like the Parapi. I use, a lot of people use the Nina inkjet transfers. I use the Parapi Dark Pro Dark 2. I just find that if I have to use that kind of paper, to be the best that I've been able to use and get the softest feel with. So in any event, this is not saying, once again, it's the best or it's any means. It's an alternate way of doing things, and another method. There's several other videos on white toner printers out there, not as many as a lot of other things. So, you know, maybe this will help you guys out, maybe it won't. And anyways, I'm babbling on, so let's get on to the shirt press. So anyways, we're gonna press on this shirt and let's see how it is. So we're gonna pre-press this for about 10 seconds. Let me move these over here for a minute. Just give it a 5-second pre-press, remove any moisture as I would with any other shirt or garment. Normally I would lint roll it. In this case, it's a test, so I'm not too worried about it. It says medium to heavy pressure. I want to make sure it's into the garment, I guess, so I'm just going to leave it on 53 where I normally have it. I think with this and the T-seal sheet I'm going to use after, it should work. So I'm going to press this for, I'm going to set this up here and press it for 30 seconds. So I'm going to kind of just line this up to where the other image above it was. I think that should be good. Ooh, I'm really excited to see how this turns out, guys. We've seen the print, we've seen the press, now I want to see it on the shirt. Now once this presses, I have to let it completely cool before I peel it. It is a cold peel, very important.
it really doesn't matter because it's a tester shirt, but I'm anal about things, guys. Probably end up being crooked anyway. So it is a cold peel though, so I'm gonna have to let it sit and then we'll press the other purple image after, but I'm really excited to see how this goes. So 30 seconds. All right, guys, we got about 5 seconds. Pull this bad boy off. And we're going to take this off. And we're going to move this guy off the press. So that's somewhat in view there. Let's see. Sorry, this is kind of fly by the seat of your pants camera crew, guys. Okay, so there we go. So here's the image. It says to peel quick and at an angle. So finding one of the ones with the most ink, I think, is up here. That's not really, see, I'm already messing it up, I think, because it says to get a good bend and then a good peel away. So that was a pretty good peel, I think. Not perfect, guys, because you can see that was not great. I don't know if my press wasn't firm enough or long enough. If I didn't peel it out, I could have probably repressed it to get a little more of the white on there, but we'll press this down a minute, so hold on, let's not look at that yet. No. Pressure. Oh, look it now. After the press, this is why you press the second time after the peel. Look how glossy this is. So that comes out. Now that's the image. You can see where the knockout black is. If you look at the original image, that's where the black was. But this hasn't been pressed again, so this is not sealed into the shirt. This is only laying on top of the shirt. It's not pressed into the shirt fiber. So we are going to lay this back on here. Seconds. Now once it's done, it says to wait 5 seconds before pulling it off, I believe. Real quick, what did I say again? Yeah, open the press, wait 5 seconds, then peel off slowly. So open the press. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Roll it off. Ooh, came off there good. Set this off to the side. Now let's see, and it says pull this up and stretch it a little bit while it's still on here. Let's see. Not bad, you guys, not bad at all. So here's what it looks like. Let's see here. Up close. See it really close. It looks more pressed into the fiber. The feel, you know, it feels like it's got a little bit to it, but not anything different than what you'd get from a shirt from your store. It's not really rough feel. It's not really too crinkly like paper. That sounds papery. So now if you wash it correctly, if you wash this correctly, this should be good for 30 to 50 washes, which is what you're going to get out on any standard shirts. Seconds on heavy pressure. And you can see with the heavy pressure, I had to forcefully push that down a little more. When lifting it up, I probably want to be a little careful, although it shouldn't pop. It should be stuck to it, so I probably don't have to worry about that. But once again, once the 30 seconds are done, I'm going to put off to the side to cool. Once it cools, we'll peel it. While it's cooling, I'm going to drop the temp on the press again, back down to 270. So when we hit it with that, it goes good. So there's our 30 seconds on heavy pressure. Okay guys, so the heat press still isn't down to 270 yet, but it's definitely been more than 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and give this paper a peel. There's no good thick heavy spot for me to really peel and get a good grab at, so I'm actually gonna try and grab this corner because of the way it wants you to do the pull, and let's see if I can get a good pull from this corner. Oh yeah, see, this one seems like colors are coming up nicely. So I did a nice tight pull. I think a little bit, you can see a little bit of color still in here and here. You know, you can see where you see color left is where I didn't quite get it off. So all in all though, I think most of it came off. Once again, this is a learning process, so I'm not perfect yet, but it's only my second peel, so I imagine I will get better. Let's see how that looks on the shirt though. Ooh, nice. Once again, it's got the shiny sheen. Some people like the shiny sheen. If you did, even if you did, we would have to come back and hit it with the shiny sheet after, because that's still not pressed into the image. That is sitting on, or into the garment. That is sitting on the garment. So let's see if I can hit it in the light though. Yeah, so you can really see that the shine when it first comes off. It's really plasticky looking. So the press is about 270. Let's go ahead and hit this bad boy one more again with the hit it with the T-seal sheet. Try not to mess up my We the People below that, guys. So that's why I'm putting it on funky again. Make sure it's all in all pretty flat though. So take the T-seal, put the rubbery side down. There. And go on it.
1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1000. Peel my T-seal off of there. Oh, something bad happened there, guys. It stuck to my glitter sublimation. I wrecked my T-seal sheet already because of this stupid glitter sublimation. Ah, I'm so mad I did that on my test sheet. Why? It says don't use near sublimation, and now I see why. Oh, I'm so sad. That's horrible. I'm going to contact them tomorrow and see if they can send me another one. Uninet, I'm going to show you this video. I wrecked my T-seal sheet. I don't want to spend $40 on that. I've only gotten 2 presses off of it. Alright guys, this is pressed. It's like into the fabric now. You can look and see. So first of all, that's the T-seal, that's the white toner. Now you think that's cracked, that's not cracked, it's the distressed look. That's the look that we have for this image. See, nothing's coming off. So that is the white toner printer. This is the rasterizing, and it gives it that little distressed look. And my peel, of course, you saw my peel wasn't perfect, but it came out very nice. You can see even in here, that's where the black was. So that is the distressed look. That is the, once again, if we get it close to the camera, you can see it looks like it's into the fibers. That is the white toner printer, my people. So let's go ahead and kill this bad boy. Once again, guys, I appreciate you watching. I hope I gave a good insight into kind of a first printing with this. The unboxing, if you watched my unboxing video, which would have been part 1, and then part 2 was installing the RIP software, which we did tonight. We did our first print, which was 1 sheet, and we printed for the first time, pressed for the first time, and did the whole kit and caboodle. Did this We the People image right there above the We the People that my friend made. The We the People right there came out pretty good. White toner printer, guys. Not bad. Imagine weeding that, or imagine layering that with vinyl. Imagine trying to do that. Look how quick and easy through that process was tonight. Now, granted, this video was a little long, but it was a learning process. But look at that. Imagine doing those. I mean, that's good quality. If I had done that on a bigger print, I would be okay with that. That's better than, way better than like a Parapy or a Nina paper. It's like screen print. It's soft. It's not bad at all. Look at that. So cool. And up here, it's again, you can't really feel where that starts and that stops. It's in there. It's ingrained. That's the distressed look. So that's how you get more better hand without it being plasticky, giving it a distressed look. So once again, this printer is great, guys. It's 6-in-1. This is just the first use. Tomorrow I'm going to print magnets. I'm going to print directly on the magnet. Boom, bang, done. Haven't done it yet. Ordered some with my process. I've got the hard textile paper in there to try and do some mugs or some, I'm going to do a turbis tumbler. I want to put a design just on a stainless steel turbis tumbler. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. This is just the beginning shirts. This is just small part. The shirts is not even the main reason to have this. This is just an added bonus to do one-off. Shirts to do I don't even know where to go, guys. It's late. I'm going to keep rambling. Thank you guys for watching. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications bell to be notified anytime we come out with a new video. And if you like the video, hit the like button. Feel free to share it. Pass the word on. Tell everyone about Touch of Classic Creations. Come and subscribe. We're trying to build up to 10,000 subscribers. We're a little over 6,000 right now. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned once again. Hope you guys enjoyed this white toner video.